Morning guys, it's Dee here from The Chaotic Gardener. Welcome on this Saturday morning to my channel. If you haven't subscribed and joined my little journey, please feel free to do so, and hopefully we'll answer some of those stupid questions along the way and learn some new things together. So we've had quite a bit of rain since last I was in the garden, and things are looking a little bit chaotic. Well, in my opinion anyway. I need to mow, and I've just come back from school watching my grade 3s in their mini cricket match. Not that I know much about sport, but they played a good game and they had lots of fun, and I was coming home to mow, but alas, we have no electricity. Not load shedding this time, but no light, so can't plug in that lawnmower and get going on the mowing. So I will show you my grass, which is freaking me out a little bit because it's a little bit too long and lots and lots of weeds. So I'm gonna spend some time doing a couple of other things. Got some nice plants to plant, and I will do some research and let you know a little bit of information about each. Some of them I actually want to plant in the top garden at the back of my house. I want to do up a little area there slowly to make it kind of like a parky environment. So I did buy, I think, 1 or 2 of those plants with that in mind. But otherwise, join me for a morning in my garden. This little section is kind of my mini cut flower garden. I planted, you may have seen in a previous video, threw in some seeds here, zinnias that you can see growing, a little bit of cosmos. I put in anthuriums and foxgloves. Not seeing anything from the anthuriums and foxgloves. I also have Gomphrena, and here you can see growing, I didn't think they had taken, but I have some nice pretty purple alyssum. I actually thought it was more pinky, but anyway, not complaining. That's looking really pretty, and the Gora is from previous years. So my intention was to have some nice cut flowers in this little section, and that I could cut for my own house and also treat family and friends with little bouquets throughout the summer season. So we'll just see what happens. Here we have some more self-seeded zinnia, letting them go for now. Look at that. I thought it had seen its last days, but it's bounced back so nicely. That's looking lovely. So there is the long grass at the moment. It doesn't kind of show too well in the camera, but you'll probably be able to see lots and lots of weeds. So this whole area here, when my children were younger, we dug out a big hole and we buried our trampoline in there. Obviously, as the children have gotten older and didn't jump anymore, we threw in rubble and covered it up. We did seed some grass over that area, but with dogs and all the rest of it running around, they have also brought lots of weeds into the front section of the garden, which I don't know, they seem to have got from the back area. So we've got a whole range of weeds going on in this garden, which really frustrates me. So this is one of the plants. I bought it last week, waited for a time where I could film planting. So this dahlia is lovely. Don't look at the dead pieces. Let's turn it around. Here we go. Stunning. So I think that makes a lovely match over there. Goes lovely, actually perfect colouring with those petunias. And then we've got the purple salvia in the background. That's got like a burnt orange rose. These lilies are this pale yellow. So I think that will go very nicely over there. And the foxglove over there has also got that creamy colour. So that is going to go there. Yeah. Hey George. Here we go. Here I bought another autumn joy sedum, Ronwin from Ronnie's Green Patch bought me that one in the back last year, and I have broken off a few leaves and plonked them in the ground here. It did take a bit of a knocking, but it's come back beautifully, so I thought I would love to have a mini flash of them here in my garden. So I saw this one at the nursery last week, and I thought, oh, I have to have another one, and we'll fill in this space nicely here. So that is where that is going. You can see in the back over there, let's go there. You can see in the back there is another dahlia growing. Oh, looks like another one over there too. And there, that is a hollyhock that I planted, so I really hope it takes off and grows. My mom actually bought me those seeds on a trip she went on. Lamb's ear, looking gorgeous, definitely needing to be thinned out a little bit there, which I can also take up to my top garden and plant. Oh, look at that, how gorgeous. It's like a little beautiful purple carpet. Oh, love it, love it, love it. And then I need to do some deadhead in here, but these are also a beautiful pale yellow. This rose bush, looking at it right now, I haven't really paid much attention for about 2 weeks, but wow, it has filled out quite substantially in those 2 weeks, so that's lovely to see. These dahlias that I've planted, I had them last year in the garden, and I dug up the tubers, but I dug up from a few spaces in the garden. Not a very good labeler, so I can't actually remember what colors they are and where I took them from. So that's a nice treat. That's going to be a lovely surprise when they do flower. I have a feeling they're like a pinky purpley color. This garden is looking lovely and full. The salvia just looks so pretty, and there's a poppy, a water-wise poppy growing in there, which actually I'm quite enjoying that pop of yellow. Let's go closer. Just makes you want to smile. I think I have a weed in there though that needs to come out. Filling out nicely. These are making a comeback. I thought they had died. No, look at that. And some new little buds over there, so that's very super exciting. Oh, happiness is. Look here. Oh, I think it's time to put my little bags on so that I don't share these figs with the birds. Really hoping to preserve some figs. I just keep thinking about that one fig that I got off this tree last year and how absolutely delicious it was. It was just the sweetest, most tender fruit I've eaten in a very, very long time. So really hoping I get a whole bunch of those this year. Right, so here is my little treasure of plants that I'm going to plant, as well as the autumn joy sedum and the dahlia. But these I got more for their structure and their foliage than beautiful pretty flowers. This is called an Abelia grandiflora confetti. This Abelia likes full sun. It grows 1.5 meters by 1.5 meters, which is a nice size, I think, for like a bit of a focal plant. It gets obviously the leaves are variegated, as you can see there. They're beautiful with a tinge of pinky purple to them. Really, really pretty, even without flowers on, and that's kind of what attracted me to it. It does, however, have lilac tinged white flowers in the summer months, so that'll be fun to watch during the summer. And it is often used as a hedging in beddings and containers. So I'm going to actually plant that one here in the front garden because I think it will make a nice focal piece. And I think I'd actually like to put it towards the front of a garden, not at the back. And I know that sounds weird because then you're kind of hiding shorter flowers, but I just want to try. Forward in a post the other day saying, like, in a cottagey garden, also remember to put bigger things more forward to the front of your garden bed for different textures and sizes to come through. So I thought I would do that somewhere in the front garden. Here we have a Juniperus procumbens, Nana. And I just love junipers. I think they are gorgeous, and I wanted a low-lying one. So that is why I got this one, because it's going to kind of spread out along the ground and not be tall. Smallish garden, and I don't want to take away all my sun in the front garden because that's where I plant my vegetables. But I do want to get more junipers in the garden if possible, and I thought this would make a lovely addition. So this is also going to go in my front garden though, so not much for the back garden at this stage. And this one is called an Abelia grandiflora Francis Mason. It also likes full sun, but can be grown in dappled shade. It is golden Abelia. You can see that by the beautiful golden tinge of the leaves. And it also gets pinky white flowers. It grows 2 meters by 1.5 meters. So that should be a nice substantial shrub up on the top. And it also makes a great hedge plant. So yeah, I think I'm going to plant it. I'll show you a little bit later. And it flowers from summer through to autumn, so that will be pretty, I think. So let's get planting. It's definitely warming up at the moment. The juniper is a low-lying shrub, and it's going to have a 4 to 5 foot spread and 6 inches high. It's going to grow, and it is very slow growing. So I don't know where to put it. Thinking here, but goodness gracious, decisions. This is where it becomes difficult. Maybe not there. Feeling like I need to grow my garden beds now. Make them bigger so you can put more plants in them. Good plan. Here, and let it spread out that way and this way. That might be quite pretty. It is slowly making my garden bed bigger, but anyway, we won't complain. Yep, I think that'll do it. So I'm thinking I'll take the lamb's ear from there and plant it here to reinforce that area, so that when the dogs walk round and round underneath that cypress, so it's kind of worn away the soil underneath there. So if I put the lamb's ear here, hopefully that'll keep a nice little border going, and then maybe keep it where it is, but then it will fill in that space behind there as well. So I am popping out the garden bed a little bit bigger, but that's okay. That'll look pretty. I really like that there. And the weeds. Alright, so now I'm deciding whether I should plant that one over there or bring it up here and have it there in front of that. These are very easy to propagate. You literally just pull off a leaf and you pop that into some soil and it will grow to a new plant. So I will do that and grow a whole bunch of my own and maybe fill in this whole area in time. But for now, where to plant the sedum? So I think I would actually like to keep the Angelonia going over there. So I think I'm going to plant it over here. In the soil around the root ball. I've just learned this lately, so you don't want air pockets around your root ball when you're planting, and it helps it just to root in better and absorb all the nutrients quicker and just be at home quicker. So look at that. Oh, just love that. I was born on Christmas Day, so I'm a Christmas baby, so Christmassy things make my heart happy, and this just reminds me of Christmas. Conifers and fir trees and all those kinds of things. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, that is so cool. And last but not least, dahlia. So that is very ready to be in the ground. Put it here. And enjoy cutting from that. Fortunately, I'm all out of compost. Ooh, look at those. So I should be plopping some compost in these holes. But now we need to water those in. It's particularly hot at the moment. Oh, so much weeding I need to come and do. But I'll do that just now. Let's water these in quick. So my water system is a bit peculiar. We used to have a tap in the front garden over there by the bird bath, but we had to block it off. We had a pressure issue and a leak, and we've just never got back to fixing it. So I have a hose pipe here that runs along under here, behind the house that way to the back of the house where we have a tap, and I'm going to go turn that on and we should water that way. This is the tap, and we just have two different hose pipes, one connection for the hose pipe that waters the backyard, and then this one that goes around the side of the house and allows me to water the front. And then we come back out here. Oh. It's gonna pop off just now. I need to. Oh, and even though it's still early in the morning, it's very hot, so possibly not the greatest time to have planted or be watering. Water's still warm. I'm going to water all around the root ball so that the plant gets water everywhere. Just going to fix that hose pipe quickly. I need a new head here. What's happening to this is that one of these little teeth is bent. Crazy that something as small as that could make such a difference. but it stops the hosefly from staying in. And so this pops off often. So I need a new connector. Actually, I think I've got one. So obviously a sedum doesn't need a lot of water. Because they are succulents. But we do need to water it in. Minus the pots in the background there, but doesn't that just look beautiful? Oh, love it. Okay, so now let's go to the back chaos and see where we can plant this grandiflora abelia with its golden leaves. Custard apple looking good. Roses leaving some deadheading. Amaryllis. This is my very first garden bed. Needing some tender loving care to become my strawberry bed, but also need some hectic weeding. Dogs have been digging. Oh, I took these from the front a little while ago. They're looking good. Soon they will be flowering. I'm hoping that that will become a lovely peaceful green and white garden. Spirea has brought me so much joy this year so far. Didn't flower last year. Little balls of popcorn. Okay. So, this is my back garden, the top of my garden. We have our top tier, our middle tier, and our bottom tier, and then the house. This is pretty shaded all the time. Got a big heap, slowly composting there. And all these plants up here were gifted to me by family and friends, so I figured that I hate mowing this bank, so my intention is to fill this whole area with plants, so that I didn't have to mow anymore, and that is still my intention. So I'm going to have a little pathway that runs here to the end there, where I'm hoping to plant up with some pretty stuff. And then here I thought I would make like a wall of flowers as well, so it's actually kind of secretive up here, but it must look pretty from down below. So I thought this abelia could maybe go along this edge and be a nice shrub that can be seen from both kind of sides, or be a high level shrub on this side coming when you walk in this way. All the lower plants will be down here with the big shrub in the background, but from down below, when you're looking up, you'll see this beautiful golden bush that will have the lovely white flowers on it during summer and autumn. So that's my intention. Oh, so many weeds. I was going to mirror, I've got birds of paradise there, and I was going to try and mirror the birds of paradise here, but actually it doesn't have to be the same. I think I'm going to plant this there. I think that would be lovely there. Okay, this is it. Hey guys, it's the next day. The power did come back on yesterday, but much later in the afternoon. So I managed to get some mowing done this morning before load shedding hit. But it's all good. The garden is looking much better and I can breathe a little bit and focus on some other chores. You can see my new Lobelia shrub up there, and it is just starting to rain. And the neighbors have got a Boerewors braai going, which smells delicious. So I'm going to sign off and say thank you for joining me and for spending time in my garden this weekend, and I will see you again next week.